don't know. I don't see. I can't do. See, and I'm happy the way. But that's the cool thing about me. I like the way I do stuff. It's not gonna get done like that ever. You know, it's like, Adam, how are you nailing that hammer into the wall? Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, I do stuff the way I do it because that's, everybody else has been boring the shit out of me. You see what I mean?
Now you're feeling yourself a little bit too much.
No, this is how I have to operate until I find better ways. This is how I just have to be confident in the way I do things, because if I'm not, my biggest hang-ups is when I'm trying to do something the way other people do it.
Yes, you every day.
I was gonna say, what you think about this, dog? Because I could tell something was brewing.
It's not. No, but it's lately I'm no, just do it the way you do it. Just have your fun. Be you. Get out there. Get it.
Welcome to the Adam Podcast.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's the podcast that's in my corner.
Sheesh.
Love it. Can we talk about your situation with what would you call it, like an ice bath thing?
The dog in the ice bath?
Yeah, because we haven't been on this. We haven't done a podcast in a while. So.
Well, I mean, that's...
Let everybody remember that you don't like dogs.
I don't. No, all right.
You fucking hate dogs.
I don't... I'm trying not to lie. You
can't stand dogs.
Yes, I cannot stand dogs. Okay? Under certain circumstances. If I'm in a restaurant, I see a dog, I can't stand you or your dog. Right?
Yeah,
okay.
Not bad with that.
Exactly. But there's a new situation that I came across. I was like, this is horrible. You and your dog need to be put away. This dude was treating his emotional support dog like a service dog. And I was not happy about that. It was like, the difference? Have you ever seen a service dog?
Yeah, it's like if you have seizures and shit, they're there to help.
Those dogs do not play. Those dogs are like the Buckingham Palace Guard of dogs. They don't get to be dogs. Those are dogs.
They have a job.
They have a job, and they're dead on. You don't mess with it.
You hate those too?
No.
Oh, okay.
I respect it. See, I respect dogs that are dogs.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Yeah,
what
dogs
else would they be, dog?
Like dogs that are freaking accessories are the ones I hate. The ones that get them pushed around in strollers, carried in pocketbooks, carried. Period.
Yeah, I don't carry my dog unless we're inside the house and then we're just chilling.
I understand that. Inside the house. I understand that. All right. So anyway, I'm really trying to get over it because
what's the dog's name before you tell the story?
Zeus.
Like Zeus or
but they say Zeus.
The Mexican or
yeah, Mexican.
I was about to say
okay, that's right.
Yeah.
God.
So I just he ran from me he was barking, and before I got to the bottom of the stairs. Because he looked at me and I was like, "Oh, it's
a pit bull, no?
Yeah, it's a pit bull.
It's a blue nose for those of y'all who know.
It's a blue nose. Is that a good
dogs? It's a blue nose pit bull. Yeah,
it's a beautiful dog. When
I got to the bottom of the stairs, I think it was pissing around the corner. I was like, yeah.
That dog hates you just like you hate him.
So anyway, so we got the backstory down. I'm not. Oh yeah, but if you have an emotional support animal, don't buy it that fucking service dog vest. That's horrible. You're a bad person. Don't do it. Just accept the fact that you got an emotional support animal. And that's who you are, okay? Because this guy, the dog is getting petted by people. He's talking about how, the dog's jumping. It's far from an emotional support.
Yeah, you're not supposed to pet those.
Yeah, and this dog is not behaving like one. And then so he gets to the register. I'm at Dairy Queen. I needed a Blizzard this particular day. It's a few weeks ago.
Okay, what? Okay.
He wants me to fucking call him out, dog.
What? I can't.
I want to work out without my shirt on. Oh yeah, maybe you shouldn't be eating Blizzards.
I had it. This was a particular. All right, fine.
In your face.
So. I forgot to press record. Anyway, so
none of us recorded.
No, it's recorded.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, that's my gold in Blizzard. But he's behind me in line, and he's next to the line, and he gets up there. His dog jumps up on the counter. But I've already ordered. I'm like, this is their problem. This isn't my problem. Don't make this your problem, madam. Okay, don't. And then he goes, oh, you don't mind service animals, do you? To the person who works there. And I was like, dude, I had to walk outside and wait for the rest of my thing outside. So anyway, my neighbors have a dog. I bought a nice bath. That's where we're going with this.
Zeus.
For
those of you who forgot, because that was a long time ago.
And there was one particular Sunday morning. I went on my run. I took an ice dunk. And then I'm like, it's time to change the water. And this has been the ice bath that made me, I had people over. We had ice parties after workouts. Coach came over, Magz came over. We were just really enjoying ourselves with my ice tub, right?
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a little single tub, like a plastic pool, but like just for a single person to sit in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. So this dog. Okay, so I emptied out the pool, and he'd already been gnawing on it. Like, the nozzle had little bite marks in it, and the cap was punctured. Like, the cover was punctured.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to, I'm going to coexist with this dog. I get it. So when I emptied it out, I laid it out, and then I went about my way. And then I'm going to, this is the part where I fucked up. The dog was at my door staring at me, which it does. I've sent you guys video of this dog staring at me through my door. Like, it's
I see him sometimes.
Yeah, like just staring at me.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. That's another thing I don't like. I don't like when animals look at me. All right? So
God damn.
I'm the one who gets mad when these episodes turn into therapy sessions.
Yeah.
But I say shit like that. All right. So anyway, so it's doing it. It's looking at me. I'm getting ready to go to church. So I do the only reasonable thing I can think of to do when this dog is just staring at me, and I throw it the bird. All right? And then, then I went about my way. I get back from church, and that dog has chewed a hole in my freaking ice tub.
So he threw the bird back at you.
Yep. I was like, I
That's
deserved
a Mexican dog, though.
Yeah, sweet, dog.
All right, puto.
I was like, I kind of had that comment. I get it. It's an event that I will remember, cherish even a little bit as a growing lesson. But in the end, it's just a dog that doesn't know how to behave, and that's why I have thumbs, and it doesn't.
It's not much his fault. He's like, whatever.
You could rip your fucking thumbs off if you wanted to.
No, well,
You really could.
circumstances, like I have to be asleep for one, or knocked out, and with the thumb, I'd be giving it the fawns. It's got to go specifically for my thumbs. Don't dogs have thumbs on like their elbows?
Not all of them.
But some do. That's
Yeah.
where that thing is. Yeah, that's gross. So
Not their elbows, like right here.
Yeah.
it's like it's not formidable.
No, it doesn't work. But not all of them have it. It's actually a trip.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's a DNA thing.
I don't know. One of my dogs has it, and then the other one doesn't.
It just has the paw and no thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. People are like, "Hey, is this the Between the Paws Between the Paws podcast?"
So hey, I got a question to ask you, Adam.
Me.
Do you still want to fight?
I am trying to. I do. Yes. It's about medical clearance now. Like my doctor's like,
Good.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been having back spasms for the past so long that I've been ignoring. And so getting the medical clearance is going to take a minute. It might not be in time for the fight. So I'm glad we could talk about
Thank
this.
you, Lord.
I'm glad we can talk about this on openly on the air in front of everybody.
No, because I was about to call you out. That's all.
Yeah, on the podcast in front of instead of like a nice little chat.
Adam got a little taste of a good little sparring session.
He did good, but
I got a ways to go. I see that. I see that now.
That was exactly what the purpose behind
It
that
didn't,
was,
and I didn't. It's not. I'm not done. I
didn't say that.
No. And this is just me speaking out loud. Because I've done like a lot of. I think like in the past couple of weeks I've done a lot of really internal developing, and just really getting to know more of myself. And I really do want to fight, and I want to fight in the right way. What I felt like I did was like, fuck, I put myself in this corner where now I got to. You know what I mean? And
I will say though, like I think after that your energy has shifted a lot. Before leading up to that, like your energy was a little off, But after that, like, I could tell you're more like at
balance,
ease.
yeah.
You're more
and
balanced,
can we tell the people what that is?
What?
It was Coach sicking people on me.
I just did my job. You said you wanted to compete.
And no, and I haven't
levels.
complained. I just like when we say that, I just like the listeners to understand what that was. No, and it was like I heard it. I was like, yeah, I knew this would happen the second I told Coach. Like, because I mean, I understand. Like when I called Coach and said, Coach, I want to fight. Actually, I'll tell you what I have made sure that happens though, that I did do. But when I called Coach, said, Coach, I want to fight. I knew that I wasn't saying, hey man, you're gonna do the best, blah blah. It's like, no. you're gonna get tested, and you're And Coach said, like, Coach and Bashir and Coach Joe and I were talking. And Coach said my job's to get him to change his mind.
Yeah.
In the next so many weeks.
Well, yeah, I heard the other day. So how's it go? It says 95% of humans can't fight. 5% of the humans can fight. 1% is really good. 0.00.1 is world champions. So were you at that 5%, or were you still at the 95? You were like at 94 to me.
Okay.
You were right there, playing. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna test them, and you held it. You held your own. I'm not worried about you fighting. I was worried more about you, if it doesn't go your way, being upset or let down. But just going in the ring itself, it's a victory. And everybody try to talk you out of it because we all care about you. Bashir, myself. I didn't talk you out of it. I just told you it's what you really want.
My doctor didn't even talk me out of it. It's just like, she's like, I'm not signing this. That's like, but I got some work to do, and maybe later, maybe down the line. One thing Magz and I was talking about, and she was like, this was the end of it. Like, I was putting a lot of pressure on myself. That's why my energy was off. And she was like, said something to the effect of, I got to fight this year is too much pressure that we put on ourselves. I'm like, yeah,
because you just told me you wanted to fight. Like,
I thought you always knew I wanted to fight.
No, I knew you wanted to train. And then it's like, Dwayne got lucky because I told Dwayne, you get your fucking license or you're going to corner him now. You over there inviting everybody to go fight. Motherfucker, you got to win a fight first before you start inviting people. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Dwayne, I don't give a fuck if he sees this shit. I'll tell him in his face. No. He needs to fucking stop fucking being the cool guy, inviting people to fight, and fucking go out there and start getting back in the gym like he has.
And but it was, like I said, it was a conversation I had with Jackson. What's up, Jackson? And what I decided to do was sponsor Jackson and make sure that he gets it, and just support him as best I can that way, because that kid's got a fire in him. That was another thing. It was like, training next to him, I'm like, you smell that? I'm like, what? Like, a raging fire inside that kid. And that's one thing. So
now do you understand why me as a coach personally select different people? Because I can see those things. Mm-hmm. And some guys, I'm not saying you, they take it personal, like I'm not selecting them.
I've never taken it personal.
Oh, you motherfucker. Be honest.
I am. I'm being honest. I don't take it personal. I notice it. I recognize it.
Let's lay on that couch and we'll talk.
That's a futon. It's not really a couch.
It works.
But I recognize it, and I do want that, but it's not going to. It's not easy. That's one fucking thing. Like that first that circuit workout.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like that was. It's not easy, and it's
And that was just the workout.
I know. And then the next day was sparring.
Yeah.
And it's not easy, but I just look at it like
people don't know the circuit. The circuit was me pushing you guys through. I think it was
like 40 seconds.
Yeah, it was like a minute. No, it was like close to a minute. But
yeah.
I think it was like 15 stations,
mm-hmm.
and we're at a minute at a station with no breaks. We just rotated,
mm-hmm.
and I purposely let
high
you guys
intensity.
know that. Yeah, high intensity. I let you guys know that if you guys were not doing right, I was going to tap you on the shoulder and you get out. And I was to a certain point, but I was just like watching you trying. You never really gave up. You were just trying to push through it. But I was like, I'm not gonna do him like that. He's trying. If I saw you really like walk away or give up or go get some water, I would be like, that's it.
That's what I told myself that workout. I remember specifically, like, if coach taps you or if you quit, sell your gloves, sell your gear, don't ever talk to me again. Like that was, and it was like, I don't care, piss yourself, but don't quit. Like this isn't about that.
And at the end, when you did the push-ups,
yeah, I was on my knees.
Those were hard, huh?
But one thing in all of this, and I'm still going. Like I still have my goal. I just removed it, and I did. You know what I did? I put a time. I put a goal and a time right next to each other. Don't ever do that. That's the mistake. Put a goal, and fuck time. Time exists regardless. Get a goal. And that's what I did. So now it's like I still have the goal, but I just removed that time.
I think what happens too is that you neglect training to improve. You know what I mean? You put like pressure on yourself in the sense that I need to get this done like by certain time, and you know what I mean. But like you put that pressure on yourself, and you could, like I said, it's out the door. Like that you focus on the things that, like, for example, how far that you have come, right, and how much better you're getting every day. Like you're holding your own with the pro fighters, man. And before, I could tell that you didn't even want to, you would hesitate to spar at all. And now it seems to me that like you look forward to those days because you're learning a lot from all that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, since I got insulted because you didn't even ask me, what do you think about? You just said I want to fight. And if I didn't have the relationship that I have with you, where I appreciate you as a person and respect you, I would have told you fuck off.
I dead ass didn't know how to apologize for that.
No, it's okay.
I realized a couple days later that was a serious step that I skipped. And I was like, how do I address this? How do I go to coach and say, hey, coach, I should have asked you if I, tell you that I want to fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Am I ready? And so, hey, coach, I want to fight. Am I ready?
Yeah, exactly. I would have been like, let's start working. You're asking me right now. I would tell you my answer is no, but we have to start working for that. It's different thing is training at the gym and working out and doing workouts and then getting ready for a fight.
Mm-hmm. I
give you a little sample of it, and that's what you're going to be facing every day.
Yeah.
So no, I would be like, no, but we can start working at it.
Coach, I want to fight. Am I ready?
Don't ask me right now in front of everybody, dog.
Of all the shit that's been going on in this episode alone, just like Adam just laid out naked on the table, I can't ask you right now in front of everybody.
No.
You can't see much because he has a big old beer belly, dog. Yeah, you can fight, but we got to work for it.
Thank you. All right. Yeah. All right, let's get to work.
It's official.
What do you do? I looked away. What do you do?
I said, yeah, you can fight, dog. You can make that shit happen, dog. You'll see the video when you edit it.
But one thing, so in the past couple of weeks, I've had a huge, and this is what I wanted to share on the podcast, a huge adjustment in my attitude. Like, I've really fully understand. You ever heard somebody say, no, man, we don't have to. We get to.
Yeah. Fully
understand the appreciation of life and the ability. Like, I go to the gym now. I'm like, man, I got my friends. I'm training with pro fighters. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the energy that you say you notice is that I'm happier now to be training with their. It's like attitude. I've never had such a bigger kick from an attitude adjustment. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, was that you,
Doug? Who's that?
Like bubble guts or something.
Yeah. I forgot to eat. It wasn't me.
So his coach did it because it wasn't me. All right. Now, an attitude adjustment.
Did we talk about attitude last time?
No.
We didn't, huh?
No, we did not.
We were going to talk about it.
We were going to, then everything happened and we missed a couple of weeks, but we back now. Okay, don't call it a comeback. So, Magz, like you're a coach and you're big on the attitude. You've given me an attitude talk several times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why do you think, I'm not going to say why do you think, why is attitude so important?
Well, I'll keep it really simple. And I've actually experimented with this. I think most everybody understands that you're not going to get along with everybody in the world, right? There's going to be certain people that, I don't want to say rub you the wrong way, but sometimes you realize that you don't click with them, right? So before going to the gym, I'll visualize myself like in my energy and coming in and being like energetic and saying hi to everybody and having a smile on my face and projecting positive energy. But one day I decided to think about a certain person and say, God damn it, I really don't want to fucking see that person today, dude. Like, I don't want to see that person. I don't even want to say what's up. And that changes everything, dude. It changed everything. And the next day I switched it up. And I notice it, and it doesn't feel good, bro. I can sense it. You know what I mean? I don't know if other people can sense it, but I can sense it when somebody's. That's why I can always tell when you're not in good spirits. When anybody's not in good spirits, I can tell, and it's all in attitude. adjustment. Literally, you can visualize yourself, anything you're going to do. Just a simple thing like walking in the gym. If you visualize yourself going in and greeting everybody and having good energy, it changes the trajectory of your day. So truly, I don't think there is such thing as having a bad day, because once you catch yourself, it is definitely possible to reverse that, to switch it up, you know. So that's it's important that your attitude is, you know, depending on what you're doing, and perhaps what you're doing isn't what you want to do. You know, maybe you'll realize that, but I think it's very important to whatever that you're doing to go in there with. Sometimes I think saying positive attitude might be cheesy, but at least a positive, like an attitude of, I want to be here, I want to learn, and I want to get better, you know?
That's good. You said something before, positive attitude may be cheesy, because I want to touch on that. Mm-hmm. Well, let's just go to that first. There are a lot of times when my positive attitude by my peers, like, Adam, calm down, or quit being so chipper, or something like that. You know, you kind of get tamped down with a positive attitude. And one thing that I've had to really, in this last season of my life, is really been thankful for those around me who allow me to be upbeat, positive. And I'm not even going to say allow, I'm going to say encourage me to be upbeat and positive, because it's really a surroundings. It's definitely a surrounding situation. Another thing about the gym, there's no negative attitudes in the gym. You know, like,
no, there's some.
I mean, there's some, but we can definitely, if someone said this, like, I would say 75% positive, 25% negative. Yeah. You know, and it's like, in those positive attitudes are magnetic,
infectious, for sure.
And it's surprising sometimes, you know. My new favorite thing is Jose threatening to punch me.
And those two kids, I think, actually, all our guys, man, especially, you know, them, Jose, Javin, and Kyle, you know, those guys, because they're the ones, you know, that we see the most in the mornings. All of them. And they have pretty much the same attitude every day as far as greeting everybody. They greet everybody. Yep. You know?
Mm-hmm. And that's, I think that's your approach to the endeavor is definitely, I have this, one of the reasons I'm trying to get rid of my disdain for mutts is that my English teacher, she has the worst attitude or outlook on life. Everything sucks. You know, I'm better than everything. Oh, they're just doing this because of that, blah, blah.
Oh, so you didn't drop the class?
No, I don't go though. Like, I turned in my homework. I didn't drop the class because unless you hear my podcast, it's an easy A.
Yeah, no.
But it's like I do the homework. But like yesterday, yesterday was Monday. I got up, got ready to go to class. I was like, I don't feel like dealing with that. Yeah. So I need to adjust my attitude for that. But how that did not make a point.
Okay, but when you have a certain level of awareness, I think that not only can you realize other people's attitudes and how they're coming off, but you can also perhaps be a little bit more empathetic and think, you know, that person must be going through something for them to have to like empathy. Out, you know, put that attitude and that energy out into the world, you know. So you then learn how to be like, you know, take a step back and be like, okay, hold on, let me check myself, you know, because I'm about to cuss this bitch out, but you know what I'm saying, like, so
exactly. Coach, with you have a great attitude, always has. From my perspective, I've never seen you negative. You know,
it's because I just think of we call him old school Joe Vargas.
Old school Joe Vargas.
There's like you know there's Joe Vargas, but then there's like that old school Joe Vargas too.
So, but you have to cross the line.
You have to cross the line.
I mean, you have to cross the line to get threatened or to get hemmed up. But I don't think can someone cross the line to make you negative?
Yeah.
What's negative to you then?
I can't stand people that have attitudes.
Bad attitudes.
Yeah, that's not negative. I mean, I don't think that's negative. That's just I don't like those.
Well, I'll call them out on it.
Oh, really? You call people out on stuff?
Hell yeah.
Look into the camera, give it a face. No, I'm talking about negative outlook. Like, oh man, how am I gonna get? Like, you've seen me negative. Okay, like I don't know what's gonna. happen.
No, nothing. I'll get mad, but I'll cut. Like she's seen where I get mad and then I cut it off and then I'm back to normal.
Yeah. Okay.
He's actually really, really good. Like, yes, like he, you know what I'm saying? He may be like, but after it's done, it's like done, bro. Like, it's actually very admirable the way that he does that.
There was this, brings to mind, there was a episode of Scrubs, and I don't know if you ever watched the TV show, but the chief doctor, whatever, they were like, how do you have a good day after you leave work because everything's horrible? And he says, the second I make my footsteps outside this building, everything stays here.
Oh, yeah.
Compartmentalizing.
Yeah.
And that's a very big thing. You know, people tend to take their bad days home more than they take their good days to work. You know, and it's compartmentalizing, meaning that's left there. That's not here anymore. What happened?
I was yawning.
It's a low key yawn though.
It was, you know, compartmentalizing is definitely a good.
Yeah,
thing.
it's important, you know, and I think Coach, I think he's mentioned where he lives actually is a nice contrast to where he, you know, I don't even want to call it works, but you know,
working,
at the gyms, the gym is always kind of loud and, you know, you're in there, but where he lives, it's so peaceful and quiet. There's no like main road, so you don't hear cars. Like all you hear is nature, pretty much. You know,
I'll go home today. I'll make a little bonfire and stand in front of it and just chill right there, and it rebalances me. When I wake up to that too, I go to the gym and I know that I'm gonna get back home. So I try to like. Well, you guys talking about attitude. Attitude is very important, but you have to have balance with your attitude also.
True.
You can't be too nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
I hate too nice.
I'm not a fan. It's hard to trust.
I just like real, bro. And I think, you know, anybody who has been around me can understand that the phoniness or anything like that is not. I like just people who are real. That's it. Just be you. I don't care.
Yeah. And one thing that I have noticed about me lately is I've been tampering down the helpfulness. You know, I used to be like try and help everybody out, but now I'm just like sometimes I'm just like, I'm just gonna watch that fucker drown, right? Because I don't feel like giving up my energy, and that's okay. Like, and I tell myself, no, that's okay.
I always help. I noticed that from you. I've noticed it a lot lately, and I always want to tell you something, but I let you be. But I don't. When I have people that don't know what they're doing, I don't teach them nothing until they keep coming and coming and coming. Because I'm not going to waste my energy in somebody that doesn't want it. Mm-hmm. Somebody that just does it because it's cool to do it. Or it's just a hobby to somebody. Now, I understand that 99% of the people in the gym are not going to fight. I know that. But just come in and try, and I'll work with you.
Mm-hmm.
When I told, when I'm holding mitts for somebody who's, you know. Horrible. And I just tell myself, less than 3 minutes left. Don't pour anything into this until, you know. Until
you know them, till you start working with them more consistent and like, okay, this motherfucker's for real.
Yeah,
and I don't know if you notice, I always call out people when they just show up 2-3 days a week. What's up, part-timers?
Oh yeah, I think I was a part-timer a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So, or a disappearing act or something, but still, it's like. But what I'm saying is like you're not being nice, because a lot of people think that's what a good attitude is. Someone who's nice all the time.
Nah. I think there's. I don't know if you've heard the difference between nice and kind also.
Yeah, respect.
Kind is awesome.
Kind is different from nice.
I like that. I think we're kind.
Yeah, kind. Yeah. Because nice is like fucking saying certain...
Hypocritical.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. That's a perfect word.
It's insincere. Mm-hmm. Like, I like...
It's manipulative.
Like, how would you feel if I saw me in the morning? I'd be like, hey, buddy.
You've done that. It makes me off. It puts me off.
Yeah. To be a dick. Like, how was your day today, bud?
Like, I don't like this.
Does that seem like that?
I don't feel safe. Stranger danger.
It's that small talk shit.
You know,
the small talk shit. Oh man, like for some reason I don't know, when somebody. Sometimes I'll just stare at you and stay silent, like because you know what I'm saying. Like just the small talk is like.
Like
fucking,
what? Like
just like asking the same fucking question.
It's Wednesday and somebody's asking about your weekend.
Yeah, how's your weekend?
It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday,
like,
dog.
It was good, and I walk away.
Yeah.
I usually am a dick about that kind of shit. How was your weekend, coach? What do you care, fucker? You know, they just like, oh.
But like small talks, I think is beneficial in certain scenarios.
It helps develop, but there's
icebreakers.
Yeah.
But as far as like I don't know, and I think it also depends on the person or like just you can greet people and not have to make a fucking conversation just because like you want to be nice or you're like some people are a little awkward and that's what they do, and I understand and I try to check myself. But there's sometimes I'm just like not.
Letting awkward people be awkward to me is just like I consider myself a day walker of awkwardness. Like I'm like, dude, I know what you're going through right now.
Yeah. Day walker.
I know what you're going through right now. Let it out. I'm a safe person for you.
Really quick, not to change the subject, man. But how were you feeling the day that you sparred?
When we had the refs.
Yeah.
I felt.
How did you feel having a third man in the ring?
I honestly, I didn't. I got that standing 8 count was a reminder that he was in there.
Yeah.
Like I was like, he got in my face like, are you good to continue? I was like, oh, I forgot you were even here.
It's because sometimes professional referees come to our gym and they practice on their craft.
Yep.
And when you're sparring with 2 people in the ring, it's a lot different when you have a third person in the ring. So having a referee there. And I told the referee, too, like, if they get hit with something clean, do your job. And then I got to knock each other down in sparring. But if it's a clean shot that would knock somebody out with 8-ounce gloves, then give him an 8 count in.
But he did tell Kyle that he wanted a stoppage against me.
Of course.
Okay. So.
Kyle's a great white hope.
Kyle. Woo. Kyle. And that's talking about awesome attitude. Kyle.
That kid has a great fucking
attitude.
It's
just
attitude.
like I was
him and Javin are like the nicest motherfuckers. Jose's nice if he knows you.
Yeah.
Javin and Kyle are like the nicest kids. You'll never think they'll kick your ass. You know what I mean? They're just so cordial. They're kind. They're respectful. But when the bell rings, goofy. Sometimes I play with Kyle and he doesn't get it. And I'm like, oh,
he's
fuck.
like this.
Yeah.
and
Javi just says, damn.
And that's the thing. It's like when you're kind and you have a great attitude, people just, the right people too, gravitate to you. Another thing I noticed is when you have a great attitude and you're kind, the wrong people avoid you. That's another.
Yes.
That's
a good point.
What the
We just
fuck?
talked about that. Yeah, you gonna hit me and shit? What you gonna hit me? I was telling him when you do your fucking haikus, whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah.
Be a little bit more positive. People are gonna like.
They're always.
He's like, today I fucking jumped off the bridge.
I did not
Tried to kill myself.
It
It didn't work, and I just want to tell you that when you jump out the water doesn't work. Haiku 25-35. I said, bro, be more
I
uplifting.
hope y'all watch
dog.
his haiku so you can fucking.
People are attracted to positive.
It's the end of my day. Okay, he's talking about what I do on social media every day.
TikTok, check him out. He got some shit. He some of them are fucking good.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, oh my god, just fucking pull the trigger, dog.
That one was good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That
some
I
of
like
them are
that
good.
one. Yeah.
These are the end of my day. I'm exhausted. This is the last thing I'm doing before I go to bed.
This is how it starts.
And Edgar's calling you. And so at the end of the day, I kind of just want to get through it. And I don't, hey, God, hey, today, blah, blah. I just say today, and then I read it, and then I go to bed. And it's the best sleep I ever get. Yeah. And I was just telling, I was talking to somebody today about journaling. This helps with the attitude. This helps with just your brain. Journaling is kind of a lifesaver to me. It really helps me understand me. And kind of help grow. It's really probably, if someone were to say, Adam, what's the most important thing you do for yourself? I would definitely say journaling. Yeah.
You know what? I actually and I haven't been super consistent. I think I did it a few times already. Sometimes I think we find ourselves tripping on certain things in the present where it's like you're like in your mind too much about it. Mm-hmm. I started writing, but as if I was in the future telling myself now to chill the fuck out because it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I would write a shit ton, like a bunch of pages. So I think journaling is not just like you can use it in different ways, you know, like say for example, you want to make a shit ton of money, write as if you already have that money, you know what I'm saying? And you're talking to yourself, you're jotting out your day as it was if you were that person or that person talking to who you are now. And it just opens your mind to a lot of creativity.
So I never thought about that. So just like like I do reflective journaling.
Yeah.
But you're talking about like perspective journaling.
Yeah.
It's just like you write from the perspective of a rich person talking to you, the rich person you're going to become.
Yes.
Talking to you. That's a. I never real. That's genius.
I got that idea, but the way he did it was different. This guy named Alex Hormozy. I came up on him on YouTube. He's cool. He got a lot of wisdom and shit. But he writes as in his 85-year-old self.
Wow.
So that's how like I got that idea and I just made it, whatever, something different. But journaling, yes, it is very beneficial. Not everybody wants to do it, but you can also use your imagination in that sense. You know what I mean? Like you can talk to yourself as if, from the future person to who you are now.
Yeah, I 100% wouldn't allow anybody to not do it if I ran this world. Like, remember, that's
right. That's right.
Journaling. If I ran this world, people would have to do two things: join a gym and journal. And I'm proof as to why. Because when I made up that when I created that rule, I wasn't really doing. I was a member of a gym, but I wasn't going as consistent as I am now, and I wasn't journaling at all. And then I said that I was like, okay, you can either be a hypocrite or start doing what you said you do. And I'm telling you, it just pays. You become so happy with yourself that I do it. Prove me wrong, and I'll give you $1 if you're not happy with yourself in 90 days.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it works. I like it. It's not for everybody. I think
No shit.
Not for real. I was thinking about like
You guys are
Coach.
talking some Sarah Connor shit right now, Terminator shit, right in the future and the past.
When he said Sarah Connor, I was like, what did he mean to say? But I
don't even know what the fuck he's talking about.
He's older.
Yeah.
Terminator.
They go from the future to the past to the future.
Yeah.
You get it.
Back to I got it. Back to the future shit. All right. I do want to shout out before we go, the Women's Boxing Network is having an event on September 24th at 10:30 a.m. The location is 2705 Via Orange Way in Spring Valley. Please go check them out. It's at the San Diego Combat Academy. Check them out. Support women's boxing.
That's my boy Tiger Smalls.
Yep. Support women's boxing. They're just Women's Boxing Network. Follow them at Women's Boxing Network on Instagram. They're doing a lot for women in boxing. Young ladies in boxing. They sponsor young female boxers so they can get in the ring. They do a lot of work, and so I'm excited. I'm going to be there. So check them out again. That's Saturday, September 24th at the San Diego Combat Academy at 10:30 a.m. The address is 2705 Via Orange Way, Spring Valley. So be there or you're a square.
Shoot.
Right. All right. So
there were some good fights this past weekend.
I heard you guys talking about it. I haven't seen any fights.
They were on ESPN on Friday on September the 15th. It was kind of like in you know what? I actually kind of want to I know you be hating on Mexicans, but I'm gonna say it. I like how combat sports has been really highlighting now like Mexican Independence Day. 'Cause a lot of people like they'll celebrate Cinco de Mayo, but
September 15th.
Yeah, so there was a really good event on ESPN with Top Rank, and then the UFC through their inaugural Noche UFC, which was like most Mexican fighters, and it was very like they were playing a bunch of Mexican music in the background. I was like, this is pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, there were a few good fights, and for me, I think who impressed me the most was Xander Sayas, the 154 pounder
Puerto Rican kid.
He's
not Mexican.
No, but he did phenomenally. Like he's a
great,
real
one.
Yeah, he's a great up and comer.
And I do want to go back to when you said, I know you don't like Mexicans. That's bullshit.
We don't like
that's
Mexican
bullshit.
movies.
That's bullshit.
You don't want to watch Blue Beetle?
Okay, I don't want to. It's a coincidence. The Cheeto movie, Blue Beetle, these are movies that are, Hispanic cast, and I'm happy for them, but they're not about anything I want to see a movie about. I don't want to see a movie.
all this fucking gay ass shit. Like, what is this?
Fucking Star Wars.
Who's that?
That's Star Wars.
Star Wars shit, dog.
Who's that up there?
It's
It's all the same shit. It's like DC movies. I watched Snowfall and you told me about it.
I did not tell you to watch it. You heard me talking about it, and I was watching it.
I came to your house. You told me you should really watch it, Coach.
I did not.
Oh shit!
There's no way. I will. I
Remember
call
that Dave
Cap.
Chappelle episode where they had this the little midget guy?
Yeah.
We need one of them.
Where's he at, dog?
So, and then Blue Beetle. I'm gonna see Blue Beetle.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna see Blue Beetle.
I don't even like that type of shit, really.
Right, but
it was good.
Me neither.
Yeah, we talked about
I
it.
saw George Lopez is in it. He's funny.
He's hilarious.
Paul
dude. No, he's not.
He's not? Okay, cool. I didn't want to say his name anyway.
No, he's not. Actually, that's kind of surprising, but
yeah. I just So it's not. I love one of my best friends is one of them. So I do not have any problem.
I'm the only Mexican friend you got.
I got a whole bunch of people who speak to their grandmas in languages I don't understand.
But Mexicans, name 3 friends.
Name 3 Mexican friends.
I don't count.
That I got.
Yeah.
3 Mexicans. Like that. They can't. Okay. I got you.
No, not me.
I can't name you.
I don't count either.
Wait, what if they're Mexican by birth, but they were born in this
That's
country?
fine.
Okay. You, Habib, and Jose.
God.
Okay.
All my friends are at the gym. Like, I start naming my black friends. I'll be like Kevin Green and Lamar Jackson. You know, it's like everybody, every friend. I'm sure I got.
No
Lance. What's up, Lance?
No Kwame, no Lance.
Kwame, Lance. I'm just saying.
Damn, dog.
Sir Lance a lot.
Guys at the gym. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I don't have any like.
Lance, I'll take you in, dog.
I'm gonna tell you. We're gonna end the podcast with the Adam is an idiot story.
Oh, another one.
I went to get a burrito for lunch today, and
Damn.
who cares? I don't.
so-
Who cares?
okay.
I don't. And I was like, oh, I should get a Coke, and I saw the Coke in a bottle, and I was like, he's like, anything else? I was like, yeah, can I get a Mexican Coke? I was like, fuck. And then he goes, why is it gotta be about race? And I was like, I just thought. And he goes, no, I'm just playing. And then they handed me the Coke, so I felt like an idiot.
Nah, but you know what? Honestly, we live in an era where people get offended. He loves us.
Yeah,
He's all right.
I'm not. You guys,
I don't even know who we were talking about. I got lost.
You guys.
Oh,
I got a little lost, but
I don't know what fights are coming up, man. I fucked up. Well,
I know
Canelo.
Canelo.
We got Charlo on the 30th.
That's the 30th.
That's next week.
Yep. So we'll be talking about
get
that.
another one in before that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pick a fight this weekend and watch it. Just in general.
Is there any big fights this weekend?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so. Not that I can think of. Maybe there is. What's this? What's Saturday?
The
23rd.
24th.
Why does that sound familiar?
24th, 23rd, 23rd, vato.
I think.
What's Vado?
It's like buddy of mine.
I think there may be some fights, man. Just go on You can go Google ESPN boxing schedule and it'll come out.
Okay.
But why do I have a feeling like there is actually a good fight?
But there is. I'm positive the
It's the
Canelo
next
fight
one's Canelo?
is the next big fight.
Okay.
Now, what do we got? I mean, just like a little bit of drip on that.
For next week.
Yeah, we got Canelo on that one, right?
Ooh.
I know Charlo.
Have you watched the All Access episode 1 and 2? They're both out. I recommend watching those for sure. I think I think Showtime does actually a really good job of kind of giving you insights on both fighters. So it really actually does get you a little bit more emotionally involved. But
all right,
do I think it's going to be absolutely easy? I don't know, but Canelo is back into that thing where he isolated himself.
I love that.
And that
he isolates himself to train.
Yeah, he had been training here.
The last 4 fights of his, the gym was packed. He wasn't being who he was at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
When I first met him, he was just him and the team, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody and their mama was in that motherfucker like 4 or 5 fights ago.
Mm-hmm.
People in there I didn't even like knew that they knew him. They were there like, damn.
Mm.
You know, like just now he's back to being Canelo. We'll see how he looks.
Yeah, and I think that's something that I don't know if anybody's even like talked about that, but that does make a big difference. And I think that perhaps we're gonna see something that is probably gonna because he went on a nice little streak where every fight he was showing something different. Yeah. And I think this fight we might see that.
He's back to more defense, head movements and stuff like that. So we'll see how he does. Charlo's no easy task, so it's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah,
good. I'm looking forward to it. And just a correction right now: the Women's Boxing Network is on a Sunday. I said Saturday.
Shit, I knew that.
Then why didn't you speak up?
Because you think you know everything. So you September 23rd is a Saturday.
And now I know. And now they know too.
Are you gonna be there?
Yes, I'm gonna be there.
I might go.
I'm gonna be there.
I think I'm gonna be home. I'm not sure. That's this weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. You guys are awesome. We are back. We love you. Have fun. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hey, like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Damn, dog.
Journal.
Tell your friends about the podcast.
Please tell your friends.
Journal in the future about right now.
Talk about 30
about
years ago.
the podcast.
Journal in your future. Make sure you know that you need to like, subscribe, comment on the podcast, and share it with your friends. All right?
And watch the Terminator.
And watch the Terminator and Blue Beetle and whatever a Mexican's in. Find something a Mexican's in and just watch it. Just, all right.
It's always so weird taking those off, bro.